Welcome back to Motorsport Manager, everybody. The Timmix here, Ernie's Paradise, Race 12 in Munich. And thanks to Steinman both cheating and getting caught and picking the wrong tires to start the race in Milan, we are now in a very dominant position, 96-point lead, 5 races to go. The question now is, will we be able to end the challenge early, not will we be able to win it? Pretty much assured of that already. Now we did finish, I believe it was the front wing. Yep, so all of those are in place, and we're definitely going to switch up to have our drivers work on those for the race in Munich. So that'll be a big emphasis. And then what do we want to do at the end? I think I decided already and forgot what it was. Yeah, the gearbox. Possibly. No, I didn't actually decide. But I think the gearbox being crucial, being #1 part for the last two is probably a good idea. Let me roll with that. And of course we'll go with the cheap version first and see if we can get any of those ready before that happens. Not sure if I'm going to be able to accomplish that or not. Okay. And CSN, Central Sports Network. Not answering that. Alright. Repairs are complete. We're going to have a new sponsor. I don't care about Sarnen leaving Scuderia Rossini. It's Sharp the movie. The documentary. Give the people what they want, right? They told me I'm one of the biggest personalities in the WMC, and if you look at it like that, why the hell shouldn't I get my own movie? Nice. Improved marketability. At least there's no negatives from that. So we want to get those front wings up to spec, and then we also want to get the gearbox and the suspension improved. That's our goal at the moment. And we can't even finish these if it's all we work on. Huh. I assumed we'd be able to get them ready in time, but that's not the case. Okay. Then we've got to take those off. Why are you unhappy? No, I'm not giving you a better car. You've got the better part. I don't know why. You need to get a grip. Well, is worse on that. Okay. All right. That is a 10-point difference on the brakes. Whatever. Yeah, Sharp's got the best car, best part, or even on all of them. Okay. So I still want to boost these as much as I can. And then it's gearbox and suspension, right? Yeah. Okay. Throw that in there. No. So we'll just get tiny bits of improvement here. There's not that much improvement to get anyway. So yeah, we're not going to boost a whole lot. The main thing here, though, is it's going to rain in Munich, which should help us. $54 laps, a long one. Fairly short track. Likely to be some rain. Suspension is the key part. We're above average, but not great at 5th there. I think that's going to be our gearbox. Yeah, Zoe Sharp at the top of the standings. Sharp's driving too well. And doesn't look like Chapman's going to be able to make a push. That seems to be the consensus now. It wasn't before. And Oliveira of Windsor Racing thinking about getting the podium. Okay. And this gearbox would be a little bit better than the ones we have. Let's aim a little higher. It's sponsor time. And the ones we have are 6th or better, 13th or better. This is going to probably be the top spot one. Yeah, we're not going to go for these, so we're just going to want the upfront payment. And boy, do we ever not get a lot of it. Nothing better than 200K. Yuck. Well, we'll take what little bit we can get, but I was certainly hoping for more than that. $17 degrees. Looks like good weather for softs, probably, depending on how the distances of the tires work out. Very low tire wear here. And we're looking at 7th and 10th. It was 8th and 9th before, now 7th and 10th, due to the switching up of those parts. So about the same. And off to Germany we go. Let's get into the weight stripping first, I think. Okay, 375. Then Sharp will go down her usual amount. And 675. It's going to rain quickly today. Yeah, I don't think we'd be out there long enough for it to be worth... Well, we could just do a start and stop. Yeah, let's do a start and stop on softs. Seven and 6.4, so looking good for practice. It's already starting to rain. Then we'll just get a first look at our setup before switching to definitely inters. And if it dries out later, hopefully we can max out the softs at least. Of course, we're not going to have as many dry tire choices in terms of our race trim. since we're going to be spending some time doing wet driving. But if it rains during the race, that will probably work out to our benefit. Nobody had anything to say yet, of course. 74%, yuck. And I'm going to guess on the low side for downforce. It's obviously got to go severely one side or the other. Maybe go down to 3. Go down a little bit lower, 2.8. And then we'll push Camille Piaget the other way. Handling was pretty good. I'm thinking oversteer. Something like that. And probably acceleration. Yeah, let me try there. Then of course we're going to switch to inters. Also miserable down for 70%. Yuck. Boy, did we ever not nail this time. Okay, we'll go the other direction. Here. That might be a bit high. Let's try 7.8. I do think oversteer and acceleration are probably the right one. I want to stick with those. Just try something like that, see how it works. We've got a lot of big changes to make, obviously. These drivers will need to come back in. So we got about halfway up to Tier 1 on the softs, and now we're looking at the intermediates. And I'm thinking low downforce is probably the thing for this track. That's usually the case for the ones that don't have a lot of straights. Spit the words out. Both drivers now above 7, so at least they're driving well. And our best lap is 1:31. That's not particularly great. I was thinking this track would be a little faster than that. It's not that long, it's just windy. Of course, temperature dropping on the tires, even at 18 degrees. It's going to be 17 for the race, they said. It is going to dry out later, though. So I'd like to just stay out here if I can, even with bad setups, and they haven't complained about it yet. But if I can stay out here long enough, and I should be able to, handling improvement, then we can make whatever adjustments we need to make when we switch tires anyway. Let me go and speed it up a little bit. And our times are pretty revolting. Okay, doesn't like the speed balance, so wanted more speed apparently. Let's slow down a bit here. Yep, Sharp's running the wrong arrow. Okay. So we could... hold on, let's see what that's doing. Okay, it's going to get wet later. We're going to have a limited window in here. So I think I want to come in, switch to softs, and at least try to max out softs. Particularly since of the wetness later, and I want to make sure that we get that, because we can go back on inters at the end to get up to level 3. Okay, downforce change, not any better. Yeah, down to 62%. So we definitely want high downforce. Just a little bit of a surprise. What about that speed? Okay, want a little more top speed. Okay. So just go to 7.5, I think, and then just see where we've got to tweak it from there. That should be a lot better. Question is how much. So the handling will need to come in some. Should be about there. Big change, and of course we're switching back to the softs. And we messed up the speed here, but still got it up to 87%. So the downforce is very poor at 25. So I'm going to try notching you down to 27.4. See how that works. Go with a bit more understeer and quite a bit more top speed. Yeah, let's just see how that works. And then once again, I want to get as much distance as I can out of this. So I really want to nail the softs. And then I'll try to really get close on the setup after I get there. So there's the race trim. Piece of cake on that. Tire's actually heating up, but it is at 20, and now it's dropping down a little bit. Okay, so doesn't like the handling change. Sharp all the way up to second, not far behind Chapman, and our times are down the low 120s. So what a difference the right track and the right tires makes there. We're going to go around one more. Yep. Starting to rain. There we go. And then we'll bring them both in, 3rd and 10th. Sharp, very competitive, it looks like. Although he is driving very well, that has some to do with it. So yeah, I think we want to switch to inters, max those out, and then probably just see what we can get on supers. And that would be 2 more tire changes, 2 more setup adjustments. Should get us real close. Very poor, and good. I think we want more downforce. Handling's great. Excellent, actually. Great, good, great. So that was great. That was great. I'd like to just have a little bit more acceleration than I think. Let's go up to 7.9. That gets us that acceleration. Leave it there, see what we need to adjust. Well, no, this was only good, so I actually probably need more than that. Let's try 8.1. I'm probably going to need to move the handling some, but we're at 93%. Let's see how this goes. We're not going to be out there that long. I'm going to come back in, and then we'll see. And also in the low 90s, not quite there. Very poor. Great. Okay. So I'm going to try to go up higher again, about 8.1 on the downforce there as well. Okay. Great and good. So we want to be near the end of the handling here. And then we have good, poor, and great. See if we did more oversteer. Yeah, that's just a bit much. So what if, let's try that. Back on inters. And I think right now we're looking at a 2-stop on softs approach. Again, we could have gone with hards or something and tried to stop only once, but I'm not sure that that's better. This is not a particularly fast track, so I don't think we gain a huge amount, as much anyway, by not coming in as compared to a faster track where it's a bigger deal. So we're going to go with the best tire for conditions and hope that gets the job done. Bring sharp in, leave Piaget out because we need one more run. Great, great, and excellent. So we're close. 98%. We should be able to get that better. Switch to mediums. I said super sauce before. Obviously we don't have those available. Okay, downforce. Very poor. Very poor. Good. And that was great. So maybe even a little bit higher. And then, yeah, we want to get a little bit lower on the understeer. Let's just try tweaking it just a bit higher. If we do that, let's see if that holds at excellent. Let's just give it a shot. And of course, Camille going around a second time. Doesn't like the downforce. And I don't even know if we're going to have time to get a reading. But we'll come in and see if we can make a quick change. Otherwise, we're going to have to make some adjustments on race day, which is not the best. We've done really well in practice so far this year, but I think Sharp is okay at 98%. Yeah. Downforce isn't there though, 96% overall, but it's the only thing we have to change. So let's see. Very poor, great, great, and then not there. So we want to get about 7.6. Change just that. Or no, we want to run off of this one. Hit 7.6. Then get those others as close as we can to what they were. If we shorten this up, yeah, it's not quite there. That's still off of it, but it's so close. That's right on, and this is a bit high. Let's just see what that comes out as. She did get out on the track, so that should be enough to give us an opinion, I'm hoping. And having Sharp finish in 6th is much better than we've done recently. So the main story here is that we did better than we've been doing in practice, but we're still hammering out the setups. See if we do get some rain in Munich and how things sort out in the race. Nina Holtz wishes they gave out points for practice because she set the pace. Iker Vidal is the only reason to watch the WMC. Really? He doesn't have a podium finish today or ever. He hasn't finished better than 10th in any of the recent races. I think he might be a little biased there. And we start with sun, so if it is raining, it will not be raining immediately. And tough call here, but the weather, it looks like probably going to rain later, the way that temperature is going down. It's starting at 20, which is going to be pretty hot. That's going to last for a while. So I'm not feeling great about our choices, but I'm still going to go with, well, race trim and push it to the limit, obviously. And then here we're going to go with softs on Surikov, looking for that good start. Still didn't get there. We'll have to worry about that setup. But 99% for Sharp. That's very nice. 54 laps. Not going to quite get there on 2 softs. So we're probably looking at doing a soft to start and then a medium later. Take off 17 laps. Then we're going to sort of have a nerve-wracking adjustment here. But first of all, let's get the fuel set up. We're at 96, and we just got to nail the downforce. Great. Oh, it didn't take. They didn't take my adjustments. Okay. I'm going to try it again. Because that should nail the downforce. The question is getting these right. That's about right, but then this isn't. And if that's just a tad off. Boy, that's real close. I'm going to go with it. Gonna go with it and hope for the best. So go into the race not knowing for sure how good Surakov's is, but I'm sure it's going to be upper 90s. And a lot of soft tires. We got some hards up there. Wexler's going mediums, but we got Sharp at a 9 and Surakov a 6. Wow, great form again. Chapman is decent. And Holtz above average, and everybody using fresh tires this time. So let's see what we end up with as Surakov, our better of our two starters. Good start and then gets stuck. But now looking to roll up, seeing if he can make it through. Whoa, look at that. Bunch of cars going to the inside. 18th and 20th. And we haven't gotten anywhere yet. Not a great start here. Partway through the first lap. There's Sharp making a move. 8.5 to Surakov's 5.6. And now Sharp up to 15th. Getting a few more stutters than usual for whatever reason. And Sharp just about up to 11th by the end of that first lap. I think we're going to keep letting it go all the way to the end of lap 2, but then we've got to cut it off for tire temp reasons. We're going to be about hitting the red line then. And Sharp falling back a bit. Surakov. So we're in the low teens for both drivers. Holtz is in 6th, but Chapman in 17th. Interesting. Okay, medium and neutral. I'm going to go neutral for one lap. And then I'll need to back off to conserve. But again, I started doing this a few races ago in this kind of a situation, just going on neutral tires. You don't get the bonus from push or overtake, but you do get the bonus, or push or attack. You do get the bonus from neutral, like it doesn't knock your tires down from that or anything, but it will wear them out faster. So Sharp up to 8th, Holtz is 5th, Chapman 15th. Beating one of them, not beating the other. Currently, we're an also ran for the race, but only 6 points behind Steinman. And I'm going to have to switch back to conserve now. So we'll volley back and forth between conserve and neutral, I do believe. Sharp looking for a way past Jenny North. Surakov dropping back to 12th. And he's running at 6.1, 8.2 for Sharp. So we can't complain all about the way they're driving. Just got to try to work our way up. Holt still in 5th, Chapman in 14th. So we're not doing bad at all where that's concerned. See the temperature dropping pretty quickly. I think I'm going to go neutral at the end of this lap and hope I can keep it there for a bit. I don't know if that's going to be soon enough. I'm going to go there now with Sharp. Yep, Surakov's in some traffic too. Let's just go neutral and try to hold our position if nothing else. This, of course, is a track that it's not the easiest to make passes on. So being in traffic, a big factor. Surikoff trying to hold off Chapman now. And so far succeeding. I don't know about this one, though. Doesn't look like we're going to... Nope. So Chapman gets by. Oh well. Sharp, however, has moved up to 7th, getting the pass on Jenny North, and now has over a second of free track to hit before Flores. Holtz is up to 4th. And it's not at all a sure thing we're going to get points out of Surikoff. Probably do at some point. Sharp whining about Flores and then getting by on the inside. You can see that 3, 4, and 5, Holtz, Wexler, and Lundqvist, as Holtz takes the lead of that group there. Not very far ahead. So if Sharp can make her way into that group, it's Iker Vidal and Samuel Blanc out in front, and they're not going to have the speed of the top cars. Surikoff battling with Moreno in front and DeGraff behind. Sharp looking for a way to the inside of Lundqvist. Couldn't quite get there. But then switches to the other side around the next turn. And I think we got it. So that's 5th position. As Wexler has gone back in front of Holtz. Oh, but here we go again. More fun with Lundqvist. Driving at 8.8 though, I really like what Zoe's doing. And Surikoff is up to 11th. Did get by Moreno. We'll try to follow Chapman up. So right now we're 1 position behind each of the Steinman drivers. And that's only worth a point to them at the moment. So we're definitely in solid position. Not great position, but solid position. Sharp now wants to battle with Holtz directly. Going around on the outside of the turn, but it doesn't matter. Sharp now up to 4th. And that puts us above them for the race. .9 for Sharp. And the temperature has dropped enough now. Oh, it hasn't. But the tires are pretty much holding at neutral. So I think I can just run them. There, and here comes Sharp. Oh, boy. Really been nice to get by Wexler, who's only on medium tires, and there it goes. Surikoff frustrated by Saarinen, who is now between as Chapman passed him. Saarinen on hard tires, so that should be a very doable thing. Now Sharp trying to get by Sam Blanc. Blanc a weaker driver, weaker car, weaker tires. But we need to get by so we can get some distance on these cars. No sign of any rain yet. Up, and there comes the speed burst, so we'll just wait that out. One second gap. Wexler and Holtz battling again, and Wexler using a speed burst to get by Sharp, at least for the moment. But I don't think that's going to last. Okay, maybe it is. Medium tires, Dieter Wexler has no business beating us. There's Sharp following Blanc and getting behind Wexler, and maybe we get a second spot. Oh boy, almost got that pass there. I'd like to push it harder, but I don't think I can afford to right now. Really like to make this pass. I'm gonna push the engine a little bit. I can't really push the tires, but let's see if I can. Squeezing by on the inside. There we are. We can get any kind of distance here. I can go conserve on the tires. Surikov still in the middle of pack racing in 10th, so I don't dare do anything like that in that case. Right now we are tied for second with Scuderia overall, 5-point lead on Steinman in this race. There's a 1 second gap. And it looks like, we're just going to go after Iker Vidal here, who is, tires are much more worn, and Sharp up to 9.0. Sharp with the fastest lap of the race. And Vidal going to use a speed burst to try and hold us off. And that'll work for now. I'm going to go conserve for a bit here. So that gap is now up to over a second. And I don't want to have the tires be too warm if I'm going to go for a pass. Okay, now we can start to see the rain that's going to come in around the late 30s. So if we can make it to about 19 or so, I think we want to try to do that. Yep, I'm going to go conserve with Surikov as well. I want to drive both drivers on conserve no matter what happens. I want to drop the temperature of the tires so we can make to about lap 19, and then we need to get to like 20 if possible. Let's definitely drop the tire temps as much as we can. There's Wexler in second. Get as much out of this as we can and stretch the next group of softs as far as we can as well. I don't like being stuck in traffic, but right now, getting through without having to make that extra stop is the key thing. And a big gap between Wexler and the rest, about 4 seconds holding up, and then another 3 seconds back to Lundqvist. The other soft cars, of course, have burned their tires a lot more than we have. And Surikov hasn't lost that much time because he wouldn't be beating Chapman, and Chapman's just over a second ahead. Surprised that Sharp can't shake Wexler, but of course those tires don't degrade as much in performance, so that's probably got a lot to do with this. As we approach the 1/3 mark of the race, being in first and sixth is a nice start. We're bracketing. Mouth will not work today. Bracketing the Steinman drivers. And right now it's the top 3 that have risen to the top. But we are in the winner's position. And I really like Zoe Sharp's odds of taking this race right now. Surikov continuing to hang out behind Saarinen. Losing a little bit of distance now to Chapman. It's unfortunate. But again, not a lot of choice in the matter. Sharp at 31%. So I'm going to try to get through this lap and through lap 20. Then switch. And then around lap 40, switch again to inters. And Holt switching to hard tires, that's definitely a mistake. Surikov now almost 3 seconds, is 3 seconds behind Chapman. And has fallen behind Saarinen even. Yuck. Alright, I'm going to switch to our final set of softs. It'll be interesting to see where we are coming out of this pit stop. Dieter Wexler is going to have the lead for a while, but I don't think he can make it to that rain. So that's going to cause some issues. Doesn't look... There's no sign of it being heavy rain, so inters are going to be the right call. Chapman came in as well. And Sharp goes out in 4th, trying to hold off Schmidt on hard tires. That should not be a problem. Surikov, 11th, just ahead of Lundqvist on medium tires. Also should not be a problem. That would put us 1st and 6th again among cars who have stopped. I think I want to go neutral here. I want to stay roughly middling with my tire temperatures, I believe. And actually, we've got a gap, so probably when we're in a gap is a good time to conserve. Go neutral, or even if we have to, push a little bit at other times. Surikov up to 8.5 now, Sharp at 7.8. Remarkable driving form. And let's go hybrid here before we forget to do it. Sharp catching Oliveira and Saarinen. We've got Wexler up there. I mean, there's nobody... Okay, Chapman just moved up to 7th. Several seconds behind and a few drivers. And there's nobody close on the same tires. So I think going conserve and letting the others burn themselves out is the move here. And I think the idea of going after it more when we get within a second of the next position would make sense. Right now, both drivers outside of that. Getting close, though. Yeah, the temps are getting pretty low. Both of them going under a second at the same time. So we'll switch to neutral. Surikov not getting any closer. Sharp is some, but not there yet. Looking to get by Oliveira. Of course, Surikov is chasing Blanc, who has soft tires, so that's going to make that a little more difficult. Now starting to close up, though, and Oliveira doesn't like this, so is trying to stay away, but that's not going to work. Switch back to Harvest. And now Sharp starting to get slowed up by Oliveira, who was talking about winning a podium, and look where we are. Chapman with the fastest lap. Sharp looking for a way by now. Trying to go to the top side, can't quite get there. Trying to go around the other side, doesn't have the speed to carry it. Then couldn't get quite to the inside on that turn. So I think I want to go high here and get this pass done. Come on. No, you shouldn't. Just get by. Oh, for Pete's sake. Alright, go back to medium. We need to go to push on the tires, because the temperature is dropping. Yeah, it's at 18. It's only going to go down more. It's going to make them wear out faster, so that's going to make things interesting. But that worked better than pushing the fuel, because we now would make the pass up to third. Others going into the pits. So we're second, and Saarinen will be giving way soon. Meanwhile, Surikov is 10th. And looking for a way by Blanc still, but right behind. Gets nose to the inside, not quite there though. Trying again. Can't get around the outside of that turn. Surikov clearly faster. We just need to make it work here. Driving at 8.8. Let's go high here. Let's make this happen. I don't know. I think so. There we go. Right at the end of that turn. And now we'll switch back to medium. And Blanc is going to come into pit. Big tire difference between them, and now we've got a bunch of harder tires to try to sort our way through. Sharp will go back to neutral. Blanc or Surikov, I don't think quite yet. Well, let's do it for the moment because we're looking at Vidal trying to use a speed burst. We are over the halfway point. In second and ninth, Chapman fourth, Holtz sixth. And Scuderia in the lead. We're pretty even for second there. Surikov coming up, so let's go push and see if we can make this happen. Right behind now. We just need to find a place to make the pass. That wasn't it. There we go. Fakes outside, goes inside. Switch back to neutral. And we'll go hybrid again. And Sharp now less than a second behind. Let's get by Saarinen. Surikov was several seconds behind Schmidt, so he can just sit there and milk those tires. But Sharp wants to get back in the lead here. We've got to make a pass in order to do it. Pushing for it here, just didn't get the speed around there. Really should be able to get it here pretty soon. Oh, thought I might go to the inside there. Trying to find a way by on the straightaway, and no. Saarinen, you jerk. Speed burst at the end to help hold us off. And now you're going to pit. I think we're going to get it now, but... Yep. Go and switch to neutral. And now both drivers just trying to conserve so that we don't have to go into the red on our tires, hopefully. Probably still going to pit around lap 40. So we just want to drop those tire temps as much as we can. I think that's probably enough hybrid for now. And there's Saarinen going into the pit and coming out on inters. This early? Well, you're going to get blown away. So Surikov can be confident of being up in 7th. And then we've got Oliver and Schmidt who haven't pit yet. They're going to be doing it soon. 9.1 for Surikov. While Sharp still a good 7.6. Track's slowly getting better. It's at its cool point of 17 degrees. And here come the sprinklers. Okay. Well, that's going to change things up. I still think Inter is a little bit more than wets. You can see a spike there in the 40s. Lap numbers, but Inter is overall. And we're just going to want to come in a little sooner than otherwise indicated. So... we're going to push. Sharp with Chapman behind, but over 7 seconds behind, and Surikov try to gain whatever he can before we have to come in. And actually, I think we want to go attack. This is only going to be another lap or two. So we're just trying to fry these tires and get the most out of them that we can. Nope, not yet. No, you don't. Now, I definitely wanted Sharp to go around one more. I'm not sure about Surikov, though. It's not far away. How many laps? Like 18, 16 laps? Yeah, okay. You go ahead and pit now. And by the way, hit 99% on that last second adjustment. Beautiful. Sharp will come in. And theoretically, this is our last stop of the race. If Sharp's making a mistake by going around one more, and I don't think I did, then Chapman made an even bigger mistake, doing it on worse tires. Sharp will surrender the lead, maybe, because if Wexler doesn't come in, I mean, by this point, people need to be on inters. Yep. And Chapman comes in. Wexler does not. Wexler goes by, taking the lead. And that is Holtz, also on dry tires. Well, that's fine. You're kidding. It's fine. Sharp blowing by Holtz. Nope, wet tires are not going to be the best for you, not overall. Surikov in 8th, 9.3 form. Holtz and Wexler are going to have to come in, and now we'll see what we have. Wexler goes in. Yep, they're going in now. Let's go and push here. To 7th. Made it by Holtz, not by Wexler. So holding off Holtz is going to be a big thing here. I'm just going to push for a little bit. I've got the tire temp to do it with. 8-second lead and growing for Sharp. So Sharp's just going to try to run out the clock on this race, and Surikov 9.7, driving fantastically. Overall appears to be pulling away from Holtz. Let's go hybrid for a bit here. Now I'm a little bit concerned about our fuel. Let's go harvest again, I think at a 2-lap difference. Or rather, 2 laps is when I want to switch from harvest to hybrid for the final time. But it doesn't look like we've got quite enough fuel for whatever reason. Sharp losing a bit of the lead, but has fresher tires than the cars behind. And isn't pushing the tires much, so Surikov basically maintaining the lead, not increasing it. And not making a lot of gains on Wexler either. Let's assume we stayed where we were. Holtz behind. We win the race, increasing our lead even more. Can't argue with that. And now we're losing ground to Holtz, so we got to keep the push going here. Particularly since I don't want to burn any fuel. We don't have it to burn. At least not as far as I can tell. Oh, and Holtz goes wide, losing a few seconds. Well, that should about lock that down. Let's go to neutral. And switch back to harvest. No. It's going to be wetter for a few laps. That's fine. Actually, it's wetter than expected at the moment. But that's still fine. Chapman up to second. We've still got a 9-point lead in the race. 11 laps to go. And yeah, I think I want to take this down to 1.5 laps actually. You're going to be fine. Yeah, 24 is your lowest. You're going to be fine. And Surikov pretty evenly placed now between Holtz and not Wexler, but Schmidt. So I think he's got a pretty good odds of sticking in 7th. I'd like to have him higher, but take what we can get. Go push here for a bit with Sharp. Tire temp's getting low. And we're going to go hybrid now. We're not going to have enough to get quite all the way. You have to watch that when it gets later. You're going to have to really watch that close. And Surikov will go hybrid. So 7.4 for Sharp, 8.8 for Surikov. And Holtz is catching Surikov, so that's unfortunate. Sharp seems to be doing okay at maintaining a lead. .72% and 8 laps to go. So they're going to have to drop the speed eventually. Just going to do that now. Yep, 10% a lap, so I've got to get part of that final lap just running on normal fuel. And I don't think I've got enough to do it yet. Let's go push and low with Surikov so that we can conserve some fuel but use the tires to hopefully mitigate any loss of time. Holtz has faded back a bit again. We're going to see Saarinen come in. That should be a pass for us, so that should get Surikov up to 6th. We'll switch back to neutral here for Sharp. Five to go. Saarinen does pit there. I think I need to try to get one more lap like this. Then I can try to go medium. 9-point lead over Steinman. Okay, 4 laps to go. I'm going to switch to medium and harvest for a short period. I think around 0.6 laps is when I need to switch back to hybrid. But I'm going to be gaining a little bit of energy in the in-between time. Switch back to neutral for Surikov. Oh, let's go. No, let's go harvest. Ugh. Yep, waited a little bit too long. Sharp will make it. Surikov probably will also. There's Oliveira going into the pits. You see some of the other cars getting really close on tires. So Surikov up to 5th and just creeping up as we go. Holtz behind, similar tires, I think. Yeah, 25%. Surikov at 29. Both of them probably make it on the red part of the tire, and Sharp at 33, so doing a little better. But I've got to go up to push again. Only 1 lap to go after this. You should make it. Schmidt came in. Surikov up to 4th. Chapman is really dicey, but trying to stay out there. Should be able to go neutral now, the rest. And Surikov 2 seconds up on Holtz, just trying to hang on. 23%, Holtz 18%. Well, that should be just enough. Yeah, it should be just enough fuel to go high. So let's do that. Still losing time, but not very much. And Sharp should be just about to finish here, coming around the final turn. 14 cars on the lead lap. Another win for Zoe Sharp. And Surikov crawling up through the ranks slowly throughout the race. Not a spectacular overall performance, but really, especially the second half of the race, drove really well and was able to just slowly pick up spots. So, a lot of cars are going to be wondering how they let Nikolai Surikov beat them in the morning. Got some post-race jostling with Holtz. Don't care. It's over now. I beat you. So weather-wise, that obviously went really well. Just had to make the one small adjustment late, but the sprinklers didn't come at a time that messed with us at all, so that did well. Dieter Wexler getting the fastest lap. That was nice. And Saarinen demoted 8 places after breaking the rules. Yikes. Long race, an hour 17 minutes. But overall, we're up to over 100 points now. 105. 2.5 races worth with 4 to go. So you can pretty much mark this one down now. It's been all but clinched for Panther. We are too good, says Gregorio Cuesta. Zoe Sharp is on form, loving it. Both drivers with an 8.0. I don't think I've ever seen it that high. Not for both of them. Previous best was a 6.8 for Surikov. And an 8.2 and an 8 back-to-back for Zoe Sharp. Really coming through here. Second half of the season to help us nail down this championship. She's a star who's driving like a star. I mean, that's amazing. So we've got 4 races left, but we could well be doing the last 2 in montage format. In any case, next time we'll be heading off to the Ardennes. 2.5 weeks to go. And it looks like pretty decent weather for that. 42 laps. So until next time, Panther Race Team has locked it up pretty much. Thanks for watching. We'll take one more step closer to that finish line soon as Motorsport Manager continues.